Here's the hard truth if you're not rich. It's not just about how much money you make. It's about how you think. It might sound harsh, but this is one of the most important truths nobody teaches you in school. Because while most people are busy learning how to make money, get a job, or climb the ladder, rich people are learning how to rewire the way they see the world. And that, right there, is the difference. Rich people live by a completely different set of mental rules. They don't just hustle harder. They think better. They make decisions based on beliefs that push them forward instead of holding them back. And if you don't learn how to shift your mindset, you'll stay stuck, no matter how hard you grind. So in this video, we're going deep into the 6 biggest mindset differences between the wealthy and everyone else. By the end, you'll walk away with a clear roadmap for what to change, how to start thinking like the rich, and how to finally start building real wealth. Let's dive in. Mindset shift number 1, scarcity versus abundance. Let's start with the biggest mental block of them all, scarcity thinking. Most people grow up being taught that there's not enough to go around. Not enough money, not enough opportunities, not enough luck. So they end up operating from fear. Fear of losing what little they have. Fear of taking chances. Fear of sharing even. Think about it. How many times have you heard someone say, "I can't afford that"? Or, "People like me don't get rich"? Or, "That's just not realistic"? That's scarcity thinking. It's a belief that life is a fixed size pie, and if someone else gets a bigger slice, it means less for you. Now contrast that with how rich people think. They operate from abundance. They believe money is everywhere. You just have to learn how to attract it, create it, or provide value in a way that draws it to you. They ask better questions. Instead of saying, "I can't afford that," they ask, "How can I afford that?" That one simple reframe opens the door to creativity, opportunity, and action. And here's the secret. Abundance isn't just about money. It's a mindset. It means believing that success isn't a zero-sum game. That just because someone else is winning doesn't mean you're losing. The moment you start believing that there's more than enough out there for everyone, including you, is the moment you start seeing opportunities instead of limitations. Mindset shift number 2, trading time for money versus buying back time. This is a big one, and it's a trap that most people are never taught to escape. The average person grows up being taught to trade time for money. You work an hour, you get paid for that hour. Simple, right? The problem? There are only 24 hours in a day, so your income will always be capped unless you break out of that system. Rich people understand this early on. Instead of trading time for money, they buy back their time. They build systems. They delegate tasks. They hire help. They invest in businesses or assets that generate income without them having to be present every second. Let me give you an example. Imagine someone who spends their entire Saturday cleaning the house, mowing the lawn, and running errands, all to save $150 they would have spent hiring help. That person just gave up 8 hours of their weekend. Meanwhile, someone else pays $150 to get all that done and uses those 8 hours to work on their business, learn a new skill, or network with high-value people. One saved money, the other made moves. Guess who's further ahead? It's not about being lazy, it's about being strategic. The wealthy understand that time is the most valuable asset they own, and once it's gone, they can't get it back. So ask yourself, what's your time actually worth? Mindset shift number 3, instant gratification versus long-term thinking. Most people want things now. The new car, the luxury trip, the upgraded lifestyle, and that's totally normal. We live in a world built around convenience and fast results. But here's the catch. Wealth doesn't come from instant gratification, it comes from long-term thinking. Rich people are masters of delayed gratification. They're willing to sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term freedom. They plant seeds today that they know won't pay off for years, but when they do, the results are massive. Take Warren Buffett. Over 90% of his wealth came after the age of 60. Why? Because he understood the power of compounding. He started investing early, stayed consistent, and let time do the heavy lifting. Meanwhile, the average person takes their paycheck, spends it all, and repeats the cycle month after month. No investments, no long-term planning, just trying to enjoy life without realizing they're trading away their future. Long-term thinking isn't sexy, it's not flashy, but it's how wealth is built. So here's a question. Are your daily habits building your future, or just helping you survive the present? Mindset shift. Number 4. Money as a goal versus money as a tool. A lot of people see money as the end goal, like it's the final destination. If I just had $1 million, everything would be perfect. But rich people don't think that way. They know money is just a tool. It's leverage. It's power to make things happen. It's not about how much money you can stack. It's about what that money allows you to do. Can it buy you freedom, flexibility, time with your family, the ability to help others? That's the real value. If you're obsessed with getting money, you'll always be in a cycle of chasing. But if you focus on using money wisely, you'll start to feel like it's working for you, not the other way around. Think of money like a hammer. You can use it to build a house, tear down a wall, or just leave it lying around. It's neutral. It's all about how you use it. So stop making money the goal. Make freedom the goal. Make impact the goal. Make purpose the goal. And let money be the tool that helps you get there. Mindset. Shift number 5. Comfort in what you know versus constant learning. If you look at the world's wealthiest people, whether it's Elon Musk, Oprah, Warren Buffett, or Bill Gates, one thing they all have in common is that they never stop learning. Warren Buffett reads for hours every day. Elon Musk taught himself rocket science. Oprah is constantly evolving and growing her mind. That's not a coincidence. Most people stop learning after school. They graduate, get a job, and stop growing. But the truth is, the real education begins after school ends. Rich people invest in their minds. They read books, take courses, go to seminars, surround themselves with smarter people. They know that the more they grow, the more they can earn, build, and contribute. And here's the kicker. Learning isn't just about making more money. It's about becoming the kind of person who can handle more opportunity. Here's a challenge. Start learning something new every day. Read 10 pages. Listen to one podcast. Watch a video that actually teaches you something. Your income will grow as your knowledge grows. Period. Mindset. Shift number 6. Fear of failure versus calculated risk taking. The average person is paralyzed by fear. Fear of failure, fear of embarrassment, fear of losing money. But here's what rich people know. Failure is part of the process. You can't win big without risking big. And calculated risks are how you grow. They don't throw money at random ideas. They do the research, they assess the risk, and then they take action, even if it's uncomfortable. Because here's the truth. The biggest risk isn't failing. It's staying exactly where you are. Let that sink in. Every successful entrepreneur, investor, or leader has failed, probably more times than you've tried. But they learned from those failures. They adapted, and they kept going. So ask yourself, what's one risk you've been avoiding? What would happen if you took it and it actually worked? You'll never know unless you try. And if you fail, that's not the end. That's just data. Use it. Recap. Let's wrap this up. The difference between the rich and the rest isn't luck. It's not genetics. It's not some magical talent. It's mindset. To recap, here are the 6 mindset shifts you need to start working on. Scarcity versus abundance. Time for money versus buying. Back time, instant gratification versus long-term thinking. Money as a goal versus money as a tool. Comfort versus continuous learning. Fear of failure versus calculated risks. So here's the question. Which of these mindsets are you going to shift first? Leave a comment below and let me know, because once you change how you think, you'll change how you live. If this video gave you value, hit that like button, subscribe for more content on wealth, mindset, and success, and share this with someone who needs to hear it today. You've got the power to change your mindset, and with it, your entire life. Keep thinking differently, keep taking action, and I'll see you in the next video.